Hello, Transformers fans. It is Speedball Harlow, and today for you guys, I have for you from Transformers Rise of the Beasts, and of course from Yolopark themselves, the AMK series, Terracon Scourge. Yes, and wow, the term Terracon no longer represents one type of con now, does it, guys? But yeah. But yes, this is of course the AMK series. For those who don't know what that is, it is a brand type of model kit from the brand Yolopark. But I must add to this, guys, is that when you call this a model kit, well, it's more like a model figure in a sense. You still have to build it, but most of the parts are pre-assembled. All you have to do is just finish the final product. When in a full model kit's case, you build from the ground up. So yeah. Or if you guys have ever seen those build figures from the regular, Hasbro, Marvel, and so forth lines, where you get that extra part of another character and you collect the whole thing, and there you go, you get your new character once you finish it. Think of it like that with these. And yeah, that's what makes these so much fun to play with, because a lot of fans, since the first wave came out last year, and if you haven't seen those ones, I have already viewed them if you want to check them out. But yes, these ones are becoming really popular, guys, because they're fun to play with, fun to pose, and they're not that expensive. I can tell you that because Scourge here only cost about $30, and that's like pretty much the average price for most toys nowadays. That's somewhat sad in some cases. But the point is, yeah, it's not that expensive, guys, and these are fun to play with. And but before I do forget, because I get asked this a good amount of times, can you transform him? No. And well, for obvious reasons, as you can clearly see. But another reason is I'm not 100% on this. This is just a theory I've always had. But I believe whenever Hasbro licenses out to other brands to do figures, collectibles, and model kits, I believe it must be like a clause or something within the contracts or some type of agreement deal where they'll allow whatever brand to produce what they're going to produce, but one stipulation is they cannot give that character in question an ultimate feature or gimmick. Maybe that's just my guess, guys, but what do you think? All right. But yes, guys, this is Scourge from Rise of the Beast, and that's the one thing about the Yolopark line is really good about these is that they're so movie accurate. Maybe not 100%, but they are very accurate to at least to a point. I mean, look at this. This looks really nice, guys. Very accurate to the movie. I love the details on him and the mask. Oh, his mask looks so cool, guys. It's so movie accurate. I love that. And of course, and look at all the insignias he's got all over him, guys. He is definitely a terror, to say the least. I mean, look at how many cons he's taken out and such. And sorry about that, guys. A small part just popped off. That's surprising. Give me one quick sec. As I was saying, guys, these insignias all over his body are impressive, guys. From Predacons to Autobots to Decepticons, and I'm pretty sure there's a few Maximal ones on here. I just can't remember where I saw the one. But yeah, these are really cool and very nicely detailed, guys. I like it. Oh, there's one. See? I do like it. That's what's so cool about these kind of figures, guys. They're so much fun. And posability. That is the one benefit to this line, guys, is that just like on certain other model kit brands I know, these Yolopark AMK ones are all fully posable and insanely creative poses you can do with these. I have seen some amazing posts, guys, with these. I myself have done a couple of fun and crazy pics with them. And yeah, that's what makes these so much fun to play with. So, of course, let's go into articulation so you can see that. He can go all the way around. Now, yeah, that is one notable flaw I've seen with Scourge is that for some reason his shoulder can pop off too, a bit easy if you pull too much in a certain direction. But other than that, it can still work just fine. He's got good articulation there. The shoulder armor can move up there. You can move his arm out as far until you hit the armor. His arm can bend all the way that far. And of course, the one feature that I'm really happy with is the claw, guys. This was the one detail I was really worried about when it came to the prototype, guys, because when we saw it in all gray and such, I was expecting that the claw to be just one of those pre-molded little detailed parts that, looks okay, but you can't fully have fun with it. Well, don't worry, guys, as you just saw, you can fully pose this claw. It is so much fun. I love it. It's one of the things I was mostly worried about with this release, but I'm glad that's nothing to worry about. In fact, I didn't even notice this with this, but as you can see with his other hand, it's posable as well. I didn't even notice this when it was first revealed. You can pose all his fingers with no problem, even his thumb, separately. That is so cool. I love it. So, of course, that means you can give him in really cool, fun, friendly poses and creative poses, let's put it that way. And each finger is individual, so you don't have to worry about, like, doing the kind where you got three, putting into one, and then one separate one. Nope, each finger is separate. It is so cool. I love that. And just like before, fully posable because you can turn it all the way around. And as you've seen, yes, the head is very posable. You can go all the way around. You can go so far until you hit the armor. And his neck alone just has that much articulation, guys. And his mouth, yes, he has mouth articulation, though it might be hard to get it on the camera. I do apologize for that. I'm going to try to get it, because the one thing I've seen with his mouth is a bit tricky to move, because it seems to be tight, but you can move it, guys. Now, as for like other sections, let's go to the waist, well, upper torso. As you can see, you can do that plenty. Now, he doesn't really have an ab crunch, unfortunately, and you can only go that far on this section. Now, of course, when you add this section, his lower waist, you can go much further until you hit armor and stuff like that. Now, for legs, you can go up that far because it bumps into the armor up here, but don't worry, you can go that far that way, that far that way. And of course, he has a knee bend. Now, one thing to notice when you're bending his knee, you can extend it further once you move that armor out of the way. See? Just like that. And as for feet, you can go all the way up and down, up and down. You can twist his foot all the way around if you want. And then, of course, he has armor back, front and back, that you can move up and out of the way and such like that. And he has an extra hinge set up right here where you can extend the leg out as far as you want and such. A lot of the AMKs do have that same feature, just so you know, of course, and such like that. So yeah, that is pretty much it for that, for his articulation, guys. And yeah, without a stand, he stands up pretty well. I usually don't have any problems with stands and poses and all that when I'm displaying mine on the collection. Excuse me. So yeah, these are fun to play with, fun to pose, and really nice to have on a shelf, guys. And insanely fun to customize. I've seen some people do a lot of cool customs with these models. But of course, you're probably wondering, what does he have for accessories? Well, not actually a lot, actually. One, of course, is his most iconic, one of his iconic weapons, his big blade. Yeah, with really nice details, guys. It is so cool. And it's easy to just put in. Literally, there's a port on the back of his hand right here that all you do is you just slide it in like that. And now he can, let's just say, take care of a certain bee, if you catch my drift. And as for other ones, you do get an extra hand part. Well, technically claw, but more or less in this case, cannon. Because this is, of course, what his claw turns into. All you do is, honestly, you just take the claw out and just swap it. So that's that. Easy. It doesn't come with any extra posability or anything, minus what these can do back here. But that's more or less just when you take it off, because on the arm, it's only going to go so far. And it doesn't have any, like, light gimmick or anything like that, guys. Sorry. But it's not a big deal. Because honestly, I'm probably just going to keep the claw most of the time. And last accessory he comes with deals with his face. And, well, if you've seen the movie, you can pretty much guess what that is. Yeah. You get his pretty face. Let's call it that. But one notable mention is that, of course, you must remove the mask to do it off here, which I will attempt now, which is pretty easy. As you can see, now he's so pretty, isn't he, guys? He's so pretty. But yes, here's the mask. Now, as you can see, behind him is still his actual face, but that's because this face part you see is pretty much just like the one I just showed you. The only difference is this, of course, has the port for the mask. So you can't take the mask off to this one. I just leave it on because it's just easier just to take the whole face off when I replace it with this one. So you can make him look so pretty. Doesn't he look pretty, everyone? See, look at that smile. It just lights up the room. All right. So yeah, that's really about it, guys. And yeah, this is a fun kit to play around with. Easy to build, I assure you of that. If you haven't seen the unboxing, please go ahead. You'll see what I mean by that and all the details and parts, what I was mentioning earlier, and so forth. So yes, real quick, let us do a size comparison. But before I do that, I'm going to put his original mask back on because face, it's too pretty to look at. Okay, now let's get into the size comparison, starting off with a fellow con and recent Yolopark release, G1 Megatron. This has been one of the fun builds I've enjoyed, guys, because this is not from their standard AMK line. This is their Pro Series line, and that's because this one's got a lot more die cast in it. Yes, but if you want to see more about that, please check out the video. But for now, as you can see, Scourge is taller. Yeah, even with the mask, he is literally taller. Wow! And as you can see from the camera angle, he is smiling about that. Well, yes, that is a really cool ideal display with these two guys, because that's the one thing with the AMK line I must mention. We need more cons. We need more. Not that I'm against the bots. It's just I would like a few more cons, especially from Rise of the Beasts. I would love if we got a Battle Trap guys and Nightbird. I would really like those two, especially because I like the three. I like them all together, and we all know a Battle Trap look really nice with him, and Optimus and Primal for reasons. But before we say any more, let's compare him with a certain other bot that Scourge has history with. As you can see, yeah, Scourge is overshadowing him in this case really a lot. And honestly, guys, Scourge, so far from what I remember, is the biggest or tallest in the line of the AMK line, so you know. But yeah, as you can see, it's really nice. and such. Oh, a quick mention, of course, if you've noticed, my Bumblebee looks a little different this time from my previous video of him, and that is because I have now been able to upgrade him with the official Yolopark weapon set, which you will see later on in another video, of course. But yes, that is about it for the sizes, guys, and such. So yeah, Scourge is definitely one of their biggest so far, and I do, like I mentioned, hope we get more cons in line because besides the ready ones I've mentioned, there are a few more I'd like to see. But the one I think a lot of fans would be stoked for is a would be a transit. Yeah, I know that's a bit like an odd one. It's like, why transit? Well, I don't know. I just feel like a transit release would be really cool for this line. I don't know. I feel like that would be a cool one. But yeah, that's just me, guys. All right, that's it, guys. So quickly, do I recommend him? Yeah, definitely. I mean, if you're looking for a very movie and posable, accurate Scourge, this is definitely one you'll want to check out. And I think it's a really fun figure to play around with. Like I said, they're not expensive. They're easy to play with. Posability is crazy, and customizations are, I've seen that many of them, so why not, right? Now, yes, it does lack, of course, the transformation gimmick, but then again, we do have a good number of other Scourges you can always pick up if you're just looking for that. So yeah, that is it for today, guys. I do hope you'll be willing to check them out, and if you are willing to check out some of the other ones, I hope you will check out my videos on them and such like that. So I thank you all for coming. I hope you're enjoying your hobby, and I will see you all later.